Today's state park adventure is just a little bit different. We're right downtown Nashville at the Bicentennial Capitol Mall State Park. This was, I believe I read this was built for the 200th, Tennessee's 200th anniversary. 200 years of Tennessee. I think it was established in 1996. Right there, I just see my dates. Tennessee, 1796 to 1996. So yeah, this was our 200-year birthday present. It is awesome. We're doing a hike with a ranger today. It is a very small state park, but it has, it commemorates a lot of Tennessee history. And he's going to cover all of the monuments and statues that we have in here. So we're going to learn a little more about Tennessee history today. Here we are, Tennessee Bicentennial Capitol Mall State Park. Scotty was still in the Air National Guard here in Nashville, and this was the high water mark. He had a hard time getting home that day. This is a working train track. They've built the park around. Beautiful. And up on the hill is our Tennessee State Capitol. I got to searching, when I knew I was coming down here for this, I got to searching about our Tennessee State Capitol, and they do offer tours, but that's Monday through Friday. Today is Sunday, so we'll have to bypass it today. Another time. I just wrapped up my Bicentennial Capitol Mall State Park tour with the park rangers. Had about 4 park rangers walking along with me. They told some interesting things, so we're going to walk through here. I'm just going to show you a few of the highlights here at this more urban state park than we are used to. To start with, the flags behind me and the flags here. The tall flag in the middle, they're birthday cake candles is what it said. The 2 tall flagpoles are representing the 100 years. So there's 2 of them for 200 years of Tennessee. And then the 8 on each end represent 16th. We were the 16th state into the Union. So the walk along it's like a national mall, but it's on a state level. We start at 1 billion years ago. And they're telling about everything that was happening here. Approximately 1 billion years ago, Tennessee's oldest known rocks, found only in the easternmost mountains, formed in a marine or coastal environment. So we're underwater at this time. Around 12,000 BC, the first hunters seeking a warmer climate during the Ice Age followed large mammals into the area. And there's towers up here showing our time range. So this is 1600 AD. We're at 1766. It's talking about the Indian culture that had moved into the area. Sinking Creek Baptist Church, the state's oldest church still in existence, was organized between Johnson City and Elizabethton. Remind me to put that on my list to take you to. That would be awesome. Okay, like here between 1776, 1796, the state's first newspaper, the Knoxville Gazette, published in 1791. All right, 1796 was statehood. Census revealed that the territory exceeded the required 60,000 people population. So Tennessee was established. And every 10 years we do our census. So here 1800 population was 105. 80% of population farmed the land and raised livestock. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Between 1806 and 1816, earthquakes along the still active New Madrid seismic zone formed Reelfoot Lake in 1811, 1812. So this is where it gets really interesting, the way they designed the park, I guess. Here in 1850, The Nashville Convention of 1850 discussed secession of the southern states, foreshadowing divisions that would violently erupt with the onset of the Civil War. So they put the crack in the wall here to replicate the division. And all the turmoil that went on for several years after, that is what is represented here with all of the walls. All of the turmoil going on. It was just a mess at the time. Okay, here the wall comes back together. It's not as fractured. The third state constitution is coming back together, adopted in 1870. Constitution. Okay, 1896. This was our first 100-year memorial, and it was. Okay, we're into the Great Depression era here. 1926 to 1936. This is when the CCC is created. Putting men back to work so that their families aren't starving. And this is our World War II memorial. These are our 7 Medal of Honor recipients from Tennessee. Okay, this globe, I forgot what kind of fountain he called it, but it shows just how far a lot of our men had to travel from Tennessee. All of the lines represent how far they traveled from Tennessee.
She had 2 other kids before her. Okay. So, yeah, she was an actor.
After the war, most Tennesseans enjoyed increased prosperity brought on by wartime production. Okay, we are into 1956. So here is a POW MIA memorial. It's a chair of honor. It's just to say you will not be forgotten. Of the 10,500 Tennesseans who served during 50 to 53 in the Korean War, 843 were casualties. And then from the 1976 marker on up here, it was just kind of sports stuff and entertainment kind of stuff going on. He said there was a shift in what they posted, what they put on the wall. Tennesseans prepared for the Bicentennial celebration with a statewide heritage festival, Homecoming 86. Do any of my Tennessee folks remember that whole campaign? I was in high school, and I remember a little bit of buzz going on about it, but I was in high school. I really wasn't worried about it. But I missed an opportunity to celebrate some of our Tennessee history. And then Tennesseans celebrated 200 years of statehood on June 1st. This is the Court of 3 Stars. I couldn't remember the name of it. So there are 50 bell towers here representing the 50 states. And Our 3 Tennessee stars, our middle courtyard.
3 miles an hour.
And in the top of the towers, there are 95 bells, which represent all of the Tennessee 95 counties. So here from the Court of Stars is also our Tennessee State Museum. It is free to enter. The rangers said there's all kinds of information in there. Walking around the Court of Stars, over here is the Tennessee State Library and Archives. Beautiful, beautiful. Tennessee State Library is also free to enter. You have to have a library card, but you have access to every book in there. The library's card is free, but you have access to every book in there. So the rangers told me on this end is it houses all the digital stuff, but all of the rest of this building houses tangible books that you can look at and read. You can't take them from the library, but you can appreciate them in there. This shows the like the geology of Tennessee. It celebrates all of our 3 regions and our counties. We are starting in East Tennessee, and this was built to represent the Smoky Mountains. It has the same type of trees that you will find in the Great Smoky Mountains, the East Tennessee area. And on the ground is every county represented. And it'll tell you, like, this is Cobb County, and it shows you which county that is. Well, there is a time capsule in there, but it isn't going to be opened until 2096, so we won't get to see that. But I did find out there is a book in the visitor center that lists each county's time capsule contents. I'm gonna have to go get that. Okay, so we're still in East Tennessee, but you can see the mountains. Sorry, air quotes, y'all. You can see the land is coming down to more what represents Middle Tennessee. The thought process that went into this park just amazes me of all of the everything that it represents, our Tennessee history and our geology. And celebrating 200 years as a state. And here you can see we're crossing East Tennessee, or yes, East Tennessee into Middle Tennessee. We still have, you could call them more hills compared to the Great Smoky Mountains, but we still have some pretty good mountains in Middle Tennessee. DeKalb County. And it's pretty neat. This is my home county, y'all. I know I'm in Coffee County now, but this is my home county. And it lists, it's established 1837. It's 304 square miles. It's the county seat of Smithville. And it gives a little bit of history to go along with DeKalb County. And this are the columns from our original Tennessee Capitol. Of course, they are limestone, which is a lot of, we have a lot of limestone here in Tennessee, but it, like he said, it is not very good for buildings because it does continually erode, but they do have the pieces here from the original Capitol building, so that was pretty neat. Oh, wait, where are we at? Oh, here it is, Coffee County. Let's show Coffee County is established in 1836, 429 square miles. County seat, Manchester. That's home now. Here's our regional marker, Middle Tennessee into West Tennessee. And look how flat. It's pretty flat. Of course, we're still closer to Middle Tennessee. Wait for it. But I love how they thought ahead to plant the kinds of trees and shrubs and flowering bushes for that particular region. A small amphitheater over here. Oh, look, here comes the train. Yay, we caught it, y'all. Going right over the top of the visitor center. So, oh wait, this was called Walkway of the Counties. It commemorates the 95 governmental divisions of Tennessee and the fascinating land and plants found in the state. So we just started from the other end. And over here is the rivers of Tennessee. Tennessee has over 50,000 miles of streams and over 500,000 publicly owned lake acres. So look at all of the waterways we have here in Tennessee. No wonder we're kayaking so often. And I showed you in the beginning, but I'm going to show you now. This was the 2010 high water mark. This is how high it was in the park. The park kind of sits in a hole here, and a lot of natural springs are in this area. And so when they were building up Nashville, when they were building big skyscrapers, this ground wasn't good enough for the big skyscrapers. So this side of Nashville was kind of left alone for the longest time. So when it rains, I guess that 2010 flood, of course it's a hole. This is where the water is going to gather. And he said the amphitheater over there was just one big lake for the longest time, one big pond for the longest time. Oh, here's the interesting. The Tennessee River System is the nation's 5th largest river system. One cool little feature I've just noticed, and I think he did mention it to me, but it didn't click until I'm standing here looking. But I'm at the fountains where all of these fountains represent our 32 waterways here in Tennessee. And I don't know if you can tell, well, you can't tell it in here, but this is on a little bit of a grade. So let's show you from this angle. All of these fountains, they're on just a little bit of a grade here. And when these fountains are running, then they're gonna flow down in towards this our Tennessee River Memorial or statue, whatever it is. But I guess this is to represent the Mississippi River. All of our waterways flow into the Mississippi. Isn't that awesome? They did such a good job on this park to represent everything about Tennessee. Up on the state capitol side of the park is, I'm going to say it is the largest detailed map of Tennessee, in Tennessee anyway. But the map is east to west, north to south Tennessee. It shows every county. There are lights in each little county that mark the county seat. So I've never seen it at night, but this makes me want to see it at night now. We've seen this a few times, but I didn't realize what everything was. But it marks railways, roadways, I think major airports, and our waterways, of course. So it's pretty cool. Let's show you. And that is another beautiful Tennessee State Park we've brought you to. We have visited here before, but we did not do recording. Not enough anyway. All of our Tennessee State Parks, even though this is more urban, it is beautiful in its own unique way. If you have visited the Bicentennial Capitol Mall State Park here in Nashville, drop in the comments below. Tell me what was your favorite part of the park. They pulled it all together so beautiful, everything from our history to our geology. It's pretty fascinating. If you found value in the video, give us a thumbs up, and we sure would appreciate a subscribe, and we'll take you along on our next adventure. As I'm walking back to the Jeep, I did not point out that the Nashville Farmers Market is right beside, it is right beside the Bicentennial Capitol Mall State Park. So you could come to the state park, enjoy the state park, and then go over to the farmers market and grab something good to eat.